Hello everybody and welcome back to Balake Farms. So you join me on the new map Witcombe Farm Park. So we're doing a survival challenge on this. As you can see, we're doing a co-op as well. We're here with Woody Farms and we're starting with £0, 0 land and 0 machinery. So we have absolutely nothing. We own no land. I'll show you. We don't own anything at all. So it's all unowned. We have no machines. We don't even have a hand tool. So the plan is we're going to try and build ourselves a farm from scratch on this beautiful map, and it is an absolute beautiful map. And we're going to start with nothing and try and do it from scratch. So there is some rules. We are not allowed to lease vehicles, and we are not allowed to hire purchase vehicles. We can only buy them outright. We can use the farm sales shop, so if anything comes into the sale we can buy them, and we have just put the extended farm shop on just to make life a little bit easier. I mean, still £252,000. It is quite expensive still. So yeah, what we are allowed to do though is we can do contracts and borrow the equipment. Now we are only borrowing their equipment up until the point that we have the machinery, and we then have to use our own machinery. So if we've got a tractor and a mower and we do a mowing contract, that's it, we've got to use our own. But until that point, because we do need to make a little bit of income, we can borrow the machines from the store. So we're also we're not allowed to use super strength. Super strength is only allowed to be used if I stack a vehicle and get it stuck. And yeah, so everything's got to be no auto loading. Everything's got to be picked up by a front loader, telehandler, and so have you. So just give you a quick tour of the shop area on this Witcombe farm map, and it is very well detailed. Everything is absolutely been thought about 100%. Even the muck on the vent, on the skylights, the sun shining coming through. And so he has put a lot of work into this map, and it does show. It is a fantastic map. So I haven't actually been anywhere else apart from the farm because I've been setting it up, and to the shop. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's start some contracts because we need to make some money. So there's 2 ones there I can already see. Well, 3. But that's a wood transporting one. We can see there's 2 good contracts straight off the bat. So I am going to go, I think, and take the Massey. I'm going to borrow the items. Oh, we can choose what tractor we do. Oh, that's not too bad. I have put better contracts on just to make it a little bit easier for us. So I might actually take the fast track. Yeah, we're gonna borrow the fast track and do it like that. So we should now have a baling contract. Woody is gonna crack on with another contract. Woody doesn't record his videos, so you'll see my side of things, and then we can always go and check up. But I'll keep you updated on what Woody's doing and what we are doing together. So obviously in the start we're going to be smashing out a load of contracts trying to make money, and then from there we'll hopefully have some money and we can start buying our own bits of farm, and then we can start doing a proper farming schedule. Right. So we want to go to field 66, which appears to be the furthest away field from where we are. And because I've not been on this map yet, I've got to figure out a way there. So it looks like we'll be going out of here, up the side of the petrol station, and around through these fields, up here and up that way. So yeah, I'm sure we'll get lost, but let's try and head that way now, and we'll have a look at the beautiful views, and then Woody's going to jump on a contract as well. Right, I'll probably see you over there. I am going to time lapse me driving there, but enjoy the views as I head that way. So here we are at our first job on the new farm. So hopefully this is going to make us some money, because we are in desperate need of some money. So Woody was going to do a fertilising job, but then realised we've got no money to buy the fertiliser, so to do the fertilising job. So he's now jumped onto another square baling contract. So we're both now doing a bit of baling, trying to make a bit of money. So I think what we'll be doing is we'll be aiming for a small bit of land to start with, which we'll probably call our farmyard, just so that we've got somewhere to store our tractors and stuff. And then we'll be aiming for some smaller tractors. So we'll probably end up starting off with something a bit older, and then as we get more and more contracts done, we can get a bit newer, and then we can buy a field and we can start doing our own bit of cropping. We might even have to be a bit inventive, and if we do a contract for harvesting and we've got a field that's ready for harvesting, borrow their harvester to do our field, just until we can afford our own. So we will make it, it's going to be a challenge, but we will do it. We will try and make it as best as we can on this series. So first job, I mean the map is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I did get lost a few times and crash into a few things, but that's just standard me. It is an English map as well, so we're driving on the right side of the road, and it is gorgeous, but it will take me a minute or two to learn how to get around the map, but I'm sure I'll soon get it learned and it won't be too bad. It is a big, well, as you can see from the map here, it is a big old map. So we're all the way over here. Woody is going over here, up here, as you can see. And yeah, the shop's down here. The farmyard you would start with is here if you started like from, you know, as a new farmer. We haven't got any of this, so we will be working up towards all these things. So we'll probably aim for something like field 17, £26,000, and we'll make that our base, or field 76 here, which is only £18,000, and it's right near the shop. That probably, and it's grass, so that would probably be a really nice one to make our base. So yeah, that's what we're aiming for to start with. We're gonna get something like that, so we can basically just have somewhere to store our stock, and then from there we'll start buying some tractors and some implements, and so we could get balers, we could buy all sorts, and we can make a fair few pennies. But for now, I am going to jump on and I'm going to try and smash this baling contract down as quickly as possible, and then we'll move on to the next one. I'll see you there. Right, that is the first contract done. So, as we do work for different people as well, it will grant us a little like discount towards their field. So you've got to do, I think it's 5 jobs for them, and then we'll get up to 8% off their fields. So let's collect the first bit of money. That should be £7,000 in our bank now. So obviously we can do a fertilising one now, because we can get that. But I'm thinking I quite like the looks of this rock removal. Now it's £2,200, and I mean it would take a bit to drive up there, but I think it'd be quite fun. There's a baling contract in field 16 which I'm going to accept as well, but not borrow the items. Oh no, it's round baling. I was going to say, because Woody could have gone and done it, but no, that's round baling, so we would have to borrow it, the round baler. But for now, let's go jump into this skid steer. I mean, it's a long way to drive, but yeah, it's all part of the fun. We can go see everything from a very respectable 7 miles an hour. So I'm hoping it doesn't take too long to get there, but I'm going to imagine it's going to take a fair few minutes. So I'll quickly time lapse me getting over, but it's a nice easy job when we get there. And eventually we will have, like I say, we'll get our own truck and we'll get a trailer and everything, and we can get cracked on. So the only other thing with better contracts is I've set it up so it costs more to rent the items. So as you can see, we've got £6,500 for mine, and it should have been about 7.5. So it's quite greedy on the rental costs of borrowing the thing. So the sooner we get our own equipment, the better, really. So it really is going to be a challenge, this one, but I'm hoping by the end of this episode we can buy a nice base for ourselves. So I will message Woody when we've got some money, and we'll see if we both agree on what field to buy. But for now, I'm going to head down to our bit of forestry area, and I'm going to do some rock removing. So you can see how much detail's in this map, because there's a one stop just there. And we all know there's a one stop around every corner in England. So we might go get the local paper after we've got to our job. But yeah, no, we're making good tracks. It is a bit slow. I probably shouldn't have picked a contract that involved taking a skid steer there, but it's not one I do very often, rock removal, so it should be quite a fun contract. And there we go, Woody has just finished his contract as well. So that's another 8% off Walter jobs, Walter Field. So, well, I don't think it is 8% off yet, because like I said, we've got to do so many contracts for them before we get it. So I'm going to carry on, head up here. I think we're going the right way now. So we are here. So yeah, we just carry on up here, and we're about halfway there. So yeah, it's not taking too long. It shouldn't be too bad. But we're now up to £10,000. So yeah, it might be a hard challenge, but it's not going to take too long to get a few pounds in the bank, and we'll be able to get a bit of land to set our base up, and then we can get some tractors from there. Right, as you can see as well, it is just full of detail, this map. Really nicely done, this map. It's definitely worth a download and a play if you've got a PC. But for now, we're going to carry on and we'll get to this contract. Right, so we made it. Let's get some rocks all smashed up. Luckily, they come with these little flags so we can see what we're doing. So let's get it all bashed out. That's one down. There's 25%, so they should be full. Now, if we had a trailer, we could be pinching these stones and be selling it. But we haven't, so we're going to have to leave it here. But yeah, let's carry on and get the last 3 all smashed up. So that was a nice, quick, easy contract. So took longer to drive there than it did to do the contract. So Woody is on the way to go do field 37 by the looks of it. So that's happy days. So we could now got the choice of baling. See, I would do this one now, this transport one, but I am shocking with that arm on the back, and because we're not using super strength. Yeah. So now there is a deadwood contract, which I think I'm going to just accept, but I'm going to have to buy an axe or a chainsaw. So it should be a fairly easy one, but we're going to need an axe or a chainsaw. So let's have a look. I think an axe is cheaper, so yeah, it's 50 quid for an axe. So we're going to buy an axe. Probably not the easiest way to do the job, but hey ho. Let's get on with this one then. Let's go find where these trees are and I'll get them chopped down. So deadwood contracts aren't too bad at all. Bit tricky to find it in the dense forest, but yeah, wasn't too bad. Quick £1,000, only cost us 50 quid to buy an axe, and the axe is the first bit of tool we own. So that's exciting. We own a whole axe. Right, so now what have we got? So I see there's a couple of harvesting contracts come up. That one's quite close to the yard. And what we got, a wheat one. It's a lot further to cart it, but it is worth. We might do this. Well, then again, it's got a New Holland combine, and we know what we feel about New Holland combines. Yeah, I'm gonna accept the bigger one. Borrow items. Oh, we can pick. Ooh, should we have a John Deere lineup? Yeah, why not? Let's go for John Deere. We haven't done that yet. So yeah, this should be a nice big... Oh, did I not accept that job? Oh, failed it. Okay. We've had to pay £1,000 for a contract that I accepted. Let's see if this one does the same. That one has let me do it, so I don't know why the first one failed. But yeah, we've ended up with a New Holland. Not the best, but I did specify a bit better Unimog. So to be fair, with that Unimog, this one shouldn't be too bad. Oh, I think this is actually the canola one right near the yard anyway, so yeah, this one actually should be alright. And the sell point's right next to where the shop is, so perfect. Right, I'm gonna get this header all loaded up. And the time we've done this and the time Woody's done that, we can think about buying some land. So I might get on the old message in a minute. I'll talk to Woody and see what his thoughts are. But yeah, let's get this combine over to our field and let's start harvesting. Right, so here's the field. It's a bit of an awkward shaped field, but we've started harvesting it. I don't think we'll get very far before I have to bring the Unimog over and trailer. We're right by the dual carriageway though, so we're going to have to be careful. But yeah, we'll bring the Unimog over and we'll keep unloading. But yeah, let's get this contract smashed out. The beauty of doing a contract like this is we'll get a kickback off whatever grain's left. So say it required, I think it said it required 27,000 litres. We could, in theory, get 10,000 litres. So yeah, we'll get cracked on with this. Woody's going to bring the mog over, and then I can get unloading into it as and when. So yeah, we're doing fairly well. We've got £8,000 now. Soon as Woody's cashed in his fertiliser one, we should be at 20 grand. And then it might be time to buy our first bit of yard. Or we'll keep a look in the sale and we'll see if anything pops up that's worth the money. Yeah, right, I'll get cracked on. There we go. Look, £20,000. Yeah, big numbers already, but like I say, we'll soon eat into that buying tractors and land. So Woody is found a bit of land somewhere. Field 70, I believe, which is here. Let's just have a quick look. So it's got a couple of sheds on it, which we could sell to make some money, but it is a nice bit of land. A few bits of crap on it, really. But, you know, it's a nice bit of land, really. And it paints its pit nicely into field 16, which is a small field, which I'd imagine isn't too much to buy in the future. So what we got? So it'd be £70,000. And then there's another one next to it, which is another 26. So yeah, to be fair, field 70 worth a buy. So we're going to get that bought because we have got a discount with Noah. So it's only £11,000 with our 16% discount. So there we have it. We own our first bit of land, and we still have £9,000. Obviously, we still got contracts going as well, so we should have more. But yeah, it's nice to have a bit of land. So this is going to be our base for when we get tractors. I say we might sell a couple of the sheds, but the beauty of this map is everything basically you can just get inside of it, and you can have a look around every shed. So it's really nice attention to detail is put into this map, and it does look really smart. So like I say, we've got, you can get in all of these sheds here, and they've all got nice little bits of features in them. So yeah, this is going to be our home base for the time being, and I think we'll aim for field 17 and 16, but I'll talk to Woody, because I think it might be worth getting these. They're only little tiny fields, but because they're so cheap and they're right next to the yard, it would really be worth getting them. Right, I need to get back to contracting, but it's nice to bought a bit of land, so we're not completely homeless. So we'll probably set up a little tool bag or a tent up at the new area. We'll probably clear some sheds off as well, see if we can sell a few sheds just to give us a bit of room there, and then we'll have a tent put up. Might even put a workshop up for when we start buying some vehicles. But yeah, it's nice to have a bit of an area we can call ours. So yeah, I'm about just over halfway through this field now, and typical New Holland combine style, it struggles up the hill 3 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour, 1 mile an hour. So yeah, I didn't really want to use a New Holland, but that's all the contract had, so we're having to brave it with the rubbish New Holland combine. Never mind, we're getting through it. I'll see you guys probably once we've got this field finished. Right, so that is this field all harvested. So, yeah, I do not miss the New Holland combine. It is a tragic combine. That model just does not seem to have enough power in it to pull it up and down the hills. Well, it looks like we'll get it all in one load. So, yeah, we are. 25,000 litres off this field. So, we're going to head to the sell point now. And we'll get it sold. So I'll meet you over there, and we should actually get a nice little bit of kickback off this. We should get a few pennies for ourselves as well. So let's get this transported over and see what we can make. Right, so here we are. So this should be the contract completed. So we'll watch it get up to 100%, and we might get... Yeah, there we go. And we got another £6,979 on top of what we're about to collect. So if we go down here, we can collect it for Walter, another £8,000. So it's well worth doing these harvesting contracts. So I don't think there's any more in there at the moment. But yeah, they're definitely well worth it. So that takes our grand total up to £34,000. So what an absolutely amazing start to this series. So I think we're going to call it there today, guys. I see Woody has just said we can sell the sheds for £15,000 and £10,000, so we'll have a chat about that, and we might get them sold next episode, because we can then probably fund a proper field and maybe even our own tractor. So yeah, let's call it there today. So thank you for watching. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Any suggestions, please leave them below. Let us know what you think of the new series. And if you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell, you'll get a notification of our next video. I'll see you then. Bye bye for now.